My name is Maddie and I'll be playing the Ma of the homestead. My husband is Dick and my daughter is Elizabeth. And Dick is the reason we are out here. He lost his job, so we came down here out west because we heard about the Homestead Act and we want some land.
My name's Brooke and I'll be playing the role of Elizabeth, who's the daughter of Marie and Dick. We came out west because my parents forced me to. They put me in the carriage and they didn't let me go back. They said we were going to the city. We didn't go to the city. I have no education, so yeah.
I'm Brina. I'll be playing Pa, Dick, on the homestead. I saw the paper, or the papes, and it said we could move out west and live a good life and start over. So I quit my job immediately, and I dragged Elizabeth and Marie out here. Marie wasn't so thrilled, neither was Elizabeth, but they'll come around.
The point of our video is to showcase the difficulties homesteaders faced when moving out west. They moved out west for a variety of reasons, one of them being that dime novels romanticized life on the frontier. These dime novels contributed to the people believing that life on the frontier would result in prosperity and freedom.
The people moving also thought that the Homestead Act would help them get rich and give them an opportunity to earn free land by living and improving it for 5 consecutive years. Since so many people wanted the land, the government held land races where people competed for their own plot of land. People were so desperate that they would cheat or even kill in order to guarantee their spot. People from increasingly populated cities in the East believed that moving would create more excitement in their lives.
Additionally, a very popular idea for Americans was manifest destiny, and many settlers were pining for a chance to be part of the movement from sea to shining sea. In the end, 25% of the people did not survive. The weather was unforgiving, winters were harsh and cold, summers were hot and drought-ridden. This caused the crops and animals to die, which resulted in many of the settlers losing money and not earning the land from the Homestead Act. For women, their task remained as the stereotypical housewife. They were pressed by society to stay inside the house to clean and cook. Since the washing machine wasn't available to those out west, they had to use natural resources like rivers to wash their clothing. Methods they used to clean their clothes included smacking their clothes against rocks or using washboards. Washing clothes was a tedious task which took hours out of the women's day, usually requiring more than one woman to tackle the chore.
We were fortunate enough during the land race to get a spot next to this beautiful river here. This is where we get most of our water from and also where we wash our clothes. I'm so thankful we got a spot next to this creek. Not many. We're really gonna have to rely on the wheat fields to get us through this winter. Little critters. Nice and clean. I'm scared. That's it, Elizabeth. Get your anger out, girl. Time for dinner yet? Girl, you already had your wheat.
In order for people to successfully earn their land after 5 years, they had to improve and tend to the land they were given. Oftentimes, that meant mass farming one primary crop, known as a bonanza farm. Bonanza farms were large-scale areas owned by railroads and businesses. Since these farms had one crop in such a big area of land, they sold these crops for cheap, but it benefited them because they sold them in big quantities because of the mass production.
Farming became more efficient as new tools and methods were created. For example, the mechanical reaper that was invented by Cyrus McCormick. He was an intelligent businessman who would lease the reapers out first and then allow his customers to slowly pay him back. This caused a majority of the farmers to like his product and buy it since they did not have to pay it all up front. As well as mechanical reapers, farmers also frequently used barbed wire. It was utilized in order to keep any cattle passing through from grazing in their fields. Another practical machine was the windmill, which helped the farmers retrieve water from wells.
Despite the many technological advances made during the Westward Expansion era, farming was still a grueling task. On each homestead, everyone was required to contribute to the labor, regardless of age. This meant that kids had to mature at an early age, leaving them without a typical childhood that many others would experience.
You're not doing it right, Elizabeth. You gotta go like this. I'm doing fine, dude. No, you're not. You're not efficient. Here, let me do your food.
Dick's not doing his job very well. We're running out of food and I don't have much to work with. Dick, what are you still doing in the house? You still got 50 acres of wheat to go. Oh my gosh, I sure as Sam hell don't want to starve this winter, and I'm sure you don't either. So you better pick up a scythe and get to work.
Mom and Pa have been fighting, and I'm getting really worried. Out west, it ain't doing us too well. So I'm really hoping that things are okay with Mom and Pa. I'm a little nervous.
Ma, I'm hungry. Chew on this. That's all we got.
When it came to cooking, women still faced the struggle of not having the proper resources to complete the task with ease. They usually cooked on open stoves or fires, relying solely on their homegrown materials or preserved foods. What women cooked was dependent on the weather and time of year. If availability of resources were slim, cooking was increasingly more difficult and they had to make the most out of the supplies they had. Not only did they use homegrown foods, but they would go out and forage for berries, herbs, and nuts.
What are you making, woman?
I'm making what we've got.
That's not enough. I'm malnourished. I am losing weight by the minute. I'm so skinny.
Well, if it weren't for our lack of money and you moving us out here, this wouldn't be a problem.
Well, sue me for wanting a better life. Ugh.
Ma, what's got Pa's trousers in a twist?
He thinks my cooking ain't good enough. That Dick, he's spewing all those cow chips about how my food ain't good enough and he's not getting enough nourishment. You know what? I think he just ain't thankful for what he has right in front of him. Yum! Isn't my cooking good?
That's one word for it. Looks a little, undercooked and unappetizing.
Are we dumping it or what? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
right? Isn't
Go.
this like we're dumping it, like collecting
Just go.
fuel stuff?
It's filming.
Dick, you're the one who quit your job and moved us out here.
You birthed her? Ugh!
Dude, that's like the color the bag was that I had the shit in. I mean, you're not eating the shit. They just like use it as a fuel.
I don't think they understand that.
It's a little cold.
Yeah, Abrina Apes Review. What is this? What biome is that?
Go away.
What's God's pause?
My accent is so bad. Chicken. No, that's not good. Okay, wait, I got it.
Let me just get into character.
I should be an actress.
Okay. Ready?
Shoot. I can't do this shit. You just spit it at me, bro.
Sorry, did I scratch you?
Cooking like a chef. I'm a 5-star Michelin.
Yeah.